TheRealPunchee, and today I have a big surprise for you today. Before we start, I'm super impressed by your support on all of the latest videos, and hey, if you're interested in content like this, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the new guides. Have you ever wanted invisibility to sneak up on your enemies or do a little bit of trolling? Well, this is invisibility, but you can also have a bell, so don't worry, it's not the portal's bell, it's a murmur. So many people have been wondering what murmurs are, and there have been many misconceptions going around about them. I've seen videos and things labeled Ardor, which is hockey, as the murmur, which is false. Murmurs, plural, are bonus abilities you can pick up in the game from doing certain things. I'll tell you about a fun murmur that is not hockey. The name of this murmur is called Tacet, spelled T-A-C-E-T, and that translates literally from Latin to is silent. This is pretty much a musical term for when a voice or instrument is silent. If we look in the menu, it says an application of the song that enables the user to suppress their own murmur. Press T while crouched, and if you press D, it will make you invisible. So this is a murmur, this is what it says, and you can only get one murmur. To be honest, I don't really call this thing Tacet, I just call it Invis, Camo, whatever. While crouching, just press T and you'll be invisible once you fully leveled this up. If you're unleveled, this does nothing for you, so just make sure you spam T for a couple hours to get this maxed. When you activate your T, you'll hear a little bit of a sound that I don't know if anyone else can hear, but you'll see some rings to indicate that you've activated it and have deactivated it. By using a move, equipping an item, or sheathing your weapon will break you from the invisibility and will expose you. Make sure you have your weapon in hand before going invisible. Rolling does not break you from invisibility, but your dust cloud can still be seen. By going invisible, this literally has no cost. It does not take ether, does not take health, it does not take reservoir, does not take posture, does not do anything, does not even have a time limit. So once you're invisible until you choose to not be. If you do think this is a little bit overpowered, well, it kind of is, but while you're in this form, you're limited to rolling, crouching, and you can't do anything with your weapons. If you want to use Tacet a lot, I recommend picking up all the talents that have to deal with crouching and assassination, as it helps you move faster and crouch, and you can capitalize off of your stealth. Although you are fully invisible, there is a certain range to your invisibility. If you enter somebody's range from a little bit of a distance, they will be able to see you. As you can see from this distance, I am invisible, but when I move into range, he can see me. If I was invisible at any distance, it would be quite overpowered in my opinion, but it does allow for a stealthy playstyle. If you uncloak manually, players around you should be able to hear a noise, but if they just see you through the detection, they will not hear any noise as you uncloak. It's about the distance of one dash, so it's pretty good to get in and get a cheeky sneak attack on the enemy. This move is very good for running. If you pop a revenge and use this move, you're pretty much out of there. I'm fairly certain that invisibility does not work on NPCs because there's a stealth stat implemented in the game. I don't think they read anything else except the stealth stat, so don't even worry about that. Now, on to earning this murmur. Some of you may know about Tacet, but most information I see around obtaining this is downright funny. On some servers, they say that you can obtain Tacet by trying to find an NPC in Upper ERISIA. With a certain amount of charisma, you can unlock it. So I believe this is true. Like, if you find the NPC and you're lucky, you can get that. But if you want to get it 100% of the time, you can actually earn this by doing a quest. If you're sick of being unlucky, don't worry about it. At the TheRealPunchee channel, we don't care about luck. We're going to earn it with our own hand. Just to get things clear, this is a stat-locked murmur. You need to have high charisma and 75 agility. I'm not too sure if it is 75 charisma, but you're going to need a high amount. I did test this with 75 charisma, and it worked for me, and somebody else that I knew tested it without 75 charisma, did not have the same results. Alright, so first things first, we're going to be going to the hidden village in ERISIA, and there are two methods of doing this. Going to the hidden village will be past the bandit camp with a well, and within Upper ERISIA where acid rain frequently happen. The two ways of entering will be to either pop the wooden door open with a mantra or the parkour method. To unlock Tacet, get ready to do the parkour a lot because that's probably what you're going to be doing with a high agility build. After somehow getting into the hidden village, we're just going to continue a little bit and avoid the authority and black mud skippers because they are quite annoying. So we'll be going up to this house and entering it to find our GANYMEDE pal. If you talk to this guy, he first says that you're such a goody two-shoes and laughs at you. To get the option to talk to him, you must become evil at ETRIS. At first I thought you had to piss off every single faction, so I just went down the list gripping any NPC I saw. Well, the best way to anger ETRIS is to go to the ETRIS docks and kill a fresh spawn around 3 to 4 times, and that's enough to get you on the guard's KOS list. Once considered an evildoer, you must go back to the GANYMEDE and talk to him. While talking to him, it's going to ask for a certain charisma check, so make sure you have high charisma to talk to him. Alright, so get evil with ETRIS, have high charisma, possibly 75 charisma and 75 agility, and now you can talk to our GANYMEDE friend. When you talk to him, he will give you a bounty that you need to fulfill. So to unlock Tacet, you must get 35 bounties complete with the stats mentioned earlier. I want to make it clear right now that if you have Ardor or another murmur, you will not be able to get Tacet because it is limited to 1 per person. Alright, so if you want to do this quickly, I would join a small server and kill a friend over and over while they level. We did this at quite a high level, so my friend was very nice and escaped the depths every single time for me. As you can see, I'm just gripping him and then going back to the NPC. It's not like Rogue Lineage where you actually have to carry your target to the bounty, but yeah, this is the hardest part of the process. It might be a little bit easier just to grip your friend and then he'll level up with the ball, crystal ball looking thing. But yeah, we decided to just go to the depths every single time just for some good practice. Alternatively, you could just play the game normally, but it's quite hard to chase down a target just for them to log. and you have to run all the way back. If you have the stat requirements and you have 35 bounties, when you return to the Ganymede, he will give you this text. So I noticed when talking to certain NPCs, if they talk about a faction, it's going to be in blue, but if somebody's talking about a Murmur, this is going to be purple, okay? So everyone write that down. If you've done everything right, he just gives you Tacet. Now that you've seen how it works and now you know how to earn it without having to look for a rare encounter. Hopefully this will give you some insight on what builds to make, and look out for a stealth build because that will be coming soon. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe, and have a good one.